If you're interested in starting a conversation about end-of-life planning with a friend, a family member, or a loved one, but you're not sure how to begin, what to say, or how to prepare, I'm here to help. Talking about end-of-life planning can feel counterintuitive, scary, or even overwhelming. But just like with any other tough conversation, it becomes easier to navigate if it's approached with care, patience, and just a little preparation. Here are a few gentle ways you can approach the conversation. You can use these prompts as is, or you can adapt them to your own voice. I've been seeing a lot of information on social media about end-of-life planning, and it made me think about us. I realized I don't actually know your wishes or preferences. Could we make time to talk about them together? I watched a movie recently that touched on grief, death, and dying. It was really good, but it got me thinking about life, my own mortality, and what matters to me. If you're open to it, I would love to have a conversation about it, and I'd love to hear your perspective too. What would happen if one of us got seriously ill or injured? It's hard to think about, but I want us to be prepared. Could we talk about how we'd want things to go? Life feels unpredictable lately. Like there's so much going on. I know it's not an easy topic, but I'd like to talk about our thoughts on death and dying, just so we're not caught off guard. I know we're still considered young, but it seems like so many people our age are dying. Content creators, rappers, athletes, actors. And I've been thinking that it's probably time, or maybe we should start talking about emergency plans, like what we would do if something happened. I know the diagnosis is a lot to process, and I'm here with you. When you're ready, could we talk about your wishes, concerns, and the kind of support you want moving forward? In full transparency, I've fumbled through a few conversations, but over time, I've learned what I can do to make them easier to navigate. So here are a few things that I would suggest. Number one, check in with yourself first. Make sure you're in a calm and grounded headspace. This definitely isn't the time to have a conversation when you're feeling rushed or you're overwhelmed or you have a lot going on or you're stressed or you're emotional. So you want to make sure that you check in and that you're grounded and you're calm and you're really ready to have a conversation of this magnitude. Number two, find the right time. I would say look for a natural moment. So maybe if you're riding in a car, or you're on a walk or a hike, and maybe after a meaningful event or a health scare, those are great opportunities to kind of approach the conversation and try to get things started. Remember that the goal is to make sure you both feel comfortable and can speak without distractions. Number three, practice active listening. So essentially that just means that when you start the conversation, be ready to listen. That means you're not interrupting, you're not interjecting your own thoughts and opinions about things, you're not correcting your person, there's no rushing, and you're okay with silence. Sometimes there might be quiet, there may not be much to say, and that is okay. Just allow space for emotions, reflections, and pauses. And more than anything, just remember that listening is just as important, if not more, than talking. For example, if your loved one tells you that they want to be cremated, and you have your personal thoughts and feelings about that, and you feel some kind of way, it's not the time to start lecturing them on why they shouldn't be cremated. It's not the time for you to start interjecting your opinions about it and for you to, go in about the 25 reasons that's a bad choice. You can absolutely share your thoughts and feelings, but remember, it's not your end of life plan. So make sure that when you do have the opportunity to share your feedback, it's in a way that's supportive. It's in a way that's curious. So ask questions about why they may want to be cremated, how that thought or that feeling evolved. Like, really try to ask questions about it. Be curious about it, but be very mindful about just openly sharing feedback and interjecting your thoughts and feelings. That's not the time for this. You really just want to make sure that you're offering a supportive space for them to open and share. Now, there may be some barriers and tough emotions that might come up. And the more you're aware of these things, the better prepared you might be. Here are a few. Age, a person feeling too young or too old to plan. Religion or spiritual beliefs, complex family dynamics, the fear of death and dying. Misconceptions, for example, someone thinking that if they start planning, it means that they're giving up. A lack of knowledge or resources, and emotional overwhelm. So when you have these conversations and you're met with these barriers, some of the emotional overwhelm that you might experience is anger, frustration, disinterest or withdrawal, sadness or depression, and even anxiety and fear. Running up against these barriers and tough feelings, it doesn't mean that the conversation isn't working. It might just mean it's not the right time. It might mean that the person needs some space just to wrap their mind around everything. So you might just want to circle back around a little later. Before you initiate a conversation, take a moment and ask yourself, if something unexpected happened tomorrow, would your loved one know what you'd want? Or would you know what they'd want? Let that question be your motivator. Let it push you through any fear or any hesitation you might feel, and then allow the conversation to evolve organically from there. As I've mentioned in my other videos in this series, having these conversations now can save so much confusion, stress, and even conflict later. It's one of the most loving and considerate things you can do for yourself and for the people that you care about. For your reference, I created a PDF with 10 gentle conversation starters. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. You can download it in the description. If you click on the video and just go to the description area, there should be a link there. If you click on that, that'll take you to the PDF. Also, if you want more suggestions on end-of-life planning, or you want to learn how to start wrapping your mind around your own mortality, or you're interested in knowing what kind of documents you may need for end-of-life planning, I highly encourage you to check out my previous videos. If this has helped you, please share it with someone you love, someone you care about, someone you know. And if you've had one of these conversations before, or you're planning to, I'd love to hear how it went or what's holding you back. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and see you soon.